Hi, I'm Matt.
Hey there, I'm Bianca.
And in this video, we're talking to Dee and Tom, the reigning Miss No Swimsuit 2023, and her lucky Mitch, that's man bitch. And we're going to be asking them questions about the Miss No Swimsuit Contest, about the Miss Sapphire Contest here at Club Sapphire. It's going to be a great interview.
That's right, so keep watching.
So, you are a winner.
Yes, apparently.
Yeah.
Times two.
Times two. First, you win the Miss Sapphire contest, and then you win the Miss No Swimsuit contest. That's amazing. How do you do it? Are you like giving blowjobs to all the judges, or? Like,
I'm sure they would love that. Wink. No.
okay.
I'm sure they would have loved to have that happen. So, first thing you got to do is you got to win Miss Sapphire.
Okay, well, so for those of you who don't know what the Miss Sapphire is, the Miss Sapphire contest. Well, let's just. I'm asking. I know all this stuff. I'm asking you guys.
You do it.
So what is the Miss No Swimsuit Contest?
Well, no, what is the Miss Sapphire Contest? We're going to start there, right?
Miss Sapphire.
Start with Miss Sapphire.
Start with Miss Sapphire.
Okay.
So, every November,
Yep.
Club Sapphire holds a contest. It's 2 nights in a row, about mid-November. And it's to find out who's going to be their contestant at Jamaica. So, we're called Miss Sapphires. We are the Sapphires.
Okay. All right.
And we have to do some pretty silly things, some very sexy things.
Okay.
And so are the Mitches.
Mm-hmm.
So do our Mitches. Yep. So we've got Friday nights and Saturday night. Friday night's a little bit of a kind of a softball, kind of get things warmed up.
Okay. What do you do on Friday?
Oh gosh. So first thing we do. Oh, do you want to know about the pre stuff or just the stuff that everybody else sees?
Ooh, what's the pre stuff?
Okay, the pre stuff. We get to show up about an hour to an hour and a half early.
Okay.
We get to get set up in the VIP room,
All right.
get our stations set up, and then we get to talk to the DJ, so we can say, "Hey, I'm going to be dancing to this music tonight," and if you only get about 90 to 120 seconds, so make it count.
90 to 120 seconds to do what?
Okay, so we have to
Whatever you can.
we have to do a sexy dance.
Okay.
Our first night.
Okay.
For me, it tends to be more of a what can you do off the top of your head. Doesn't mean you have to do it that way. It's just I ran in 2022 and didn't make it,
Okay.
so that was my learning year,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and I still decided to wing it this year for that portion because you never know when you're going to have to make something up, especially over in Jamaica.
True. That's
Things
true.
happen.
Oh, yes.
So that's kind of what I would call the wing it night, but you still have to pick a song. So you have to do that. Then they take photos of each contestant individually and all together in different poses, different suits, things like that. And then you have to actually get yourself ready for the club's 8 o'clock opening.
Okay.
Because then it is time to schmooze. You have to people.
Okay. And why is that?
Well, one, you need to get people to know who you are, especially if you tend to come most of the time on one night.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Just because, like, Tom and I tend to come on Saturday nights. Doesn't mean we don't always do a Saturday. Sometimes we do Friday, but they're very rare.
Okay.
So we need to get to know the Friday night crowd. Go, hey, I've probably seen you around, maybe I haven't. You have to people. It's almost like campaigning. You
Sure.
really, truly have to campaign for yourself. But you have to find a way to make yourself memorable, too. And you want to make people feel good, right? Because you want to show people that you can represent what the club is all about.
Okay.
Well, and that's also good practice for when you actually, if you win and you actually make it to hedonism, you're needing to do a lot of that there as well.
Yes.
And I guess the most important part of the reason why is that everyone who comes those 2 nights, they're the judges.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody
Every
gets-
single
everybody
member
gets
gets a vote.
Mm-hmm,
Yes.
mm-hmm. So if you're not planning on competing, always come to those nights anyway because they're a blast. But you actually get to be one of the judges too. So beautiful women like Dee here will get to schmooze you.
It's also,
Whatever that might mean.
and also it's the Mitch's job to make sure that she gets around to talk to as many people as possible.
Okay.
Because a lot of times she has the gift of gab. She
I
will
never
talk
noticed
to,
that.
She will talk to one person like all night if I let her. It's like, all right, hi, this is Dee. She's contestant number 5, and she goes in her spiel. Then I go, but we have a lot of other people we have to talk to.
So
Sure.
he's more my handler than they call it a Mitch, but honestly they're our handler.
Yeah.
You can say it's a bitch.
You know, but he goes, and we're moving on now, and I'm like, okay, bye later.
But a
Call
lot
me.
of times, see, a lot of people have told us the reason they had voted for Dee is because she was the only one who talked to them that night.
Ah.
That-
Yeah, that is definitely something that we have seen. I mean, we've been to every one they've ever had here at Sapphire over the last how many years? Quite a few years, and that's definitely been a factor with probably anyone who's won. Is that not that it's not a popularity contest per se? It's more along the lines of this person was the most social, and they went around and they talked to me. I'd never met this person before. I'd never seen them at the club because they do come on different nights or whatever it might be. But they came up and they introduced themselves and they introduced their Mitch, and they were just kind of wandering around just talking to every single person, hundreds of people in the club, and that's definitely absolutely trick number 1 is to do that. And yes, you did that very well.
and they don't give you a lot of time, so you really have to. Yeah.
Okay. Now, did you have anything? I don't remember. Did you have anything like a handout or something like that? Because I know some of the women had like little buttons and stickers and things like that. No.
I think we did this.
I did not have a handout. I didn't have a handout here, nor did I have one in at Heat. I mean,
we
kind
did.
of had one at Hedonism.
Okay.
Dog tags.
But we'll get into that in a minute. But yes, some girls do have handouts, and they're cool. But what do you do with them outside of the club?
Yeah.
And my goal was to talk to as many people, meet as many people, make more friends. You know, go, hey, all right, you know what? Now I've got somebody to come talk to on a Friday night when I show up. Or if they come in on Wednesdays, I'll be, I know you, I saw you, hey, how you doing? You know?
I think there's a difference, too, in the sincerity of wanting to meet people, and then also, like, hi, this is me, here's a sticker, vote for me. Hi, this is me, here's a sticker, vote for me. Like, if you're actually trying to have a conversation and get to know someone, that sounds more sincere.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and
is.
if you've ever watched any of our videos, which you might have, we have a lot of them, we talk a lot about the social aspect of being in lifestyle. And if you're being sincere and you're like, hey, I want to meet you. Not, I just want to say who I am and move on because I don't really care about you. I just want to win this. That is inauthentic and it doesn't win. It doesn't win.
It doesn't really
but
work.
because everyone's looking for someone who really wants to be a part of the lifestyle, and people who are really part of the lifestyle are just everyone's friendly, everyone's nice. You want to meet people whether you're ever going to play with them or not.
That's the great thing about this contest is that it's not a beauty contest and it's not necessarily a popularity contest. It's more of I feel like the members who come and vote, they're really looking for someone who is going to be a good representative of the club, who embodies everything that the club puts out there and would represent the club in that way. And I really do think that the members that come and vote take it very seriously.
Right. Okay, so Friday night you do an introduction, you do a dance. What song did you do?
This year, oh, I remember. I pulled one of the other female members out on the floor and did a sexy grind with her to Unholy. That yes.
Unholy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good song.
All right.
And it was a lot of fun, and here's the fun part about it. I had fun with it. It got me a little turned on being able to do that. I was
That's
genuinely,
not a bad thing.
I was genuinely enjoying what I was doing. Yes, I was putting on a performance for everybody else, but I was enjoying myself too.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so that was Friday night. Okay, so what happens on Saturday night then?
Okay, Saturday night is the night that takes quite a bit more preparation, at least in my opinion.
Okay.
We still have to pick a song,
Mm-hmm.
but that night's our talent night. We have to decide if we're going to sing, dance, read a book, do whatever it is that we decide is going to be our talent. we get to decide what that is.
And I think you were involved with her talent this year.
Yes, she was.
involved, yeah.
What was that? What was that?
Okay, so Bianca, thank God for you. She helped me choreograph my talent dance. We did
It was easy. You're so easy to work with. You had it all.
Thank you. But you were definitely the creative genius behind it, and but we did a sexy chair dance with just a minor little striptease there toward the end, making it fun, making it sexy.
Yeah.
It was just a great time,
But
and I still remember that, by the way.
Oh, good.
I still
There's
know
two-
every step.
There's 2 parts to that one, though. There's 2 parts to that dance.
Yes, there is. There is.
There's the part where you did it, and something else you have to understand about the second night is the Mitches have to dress in drag and do their own dance during the voting. We are the comic relief.
Yeah.
So what I did is I dressed up as her, did the same dance to the same music.
And it was funny because that was actually
And
genius.
you did a great job.
Yeah, because like you clearly practiced the dance, and that was genius in itself. Because I've seen a lot of times where a husband does, well, they cross dress and they do some little sexy dance, whatever, but you actually put some time into it, and the fact that you did the same thing was hilarious. I wouldn't recommend everybody do that because that would be very repetitive. Don't do that. But it was interesting to see that you actually put some thought into it, because a lot of times the couples will put it all on the woman, and if the man can kind of stand out in his own way as well, that's going to be a big factor, because it's not just about the Miss Sapphire, it's also about the Mr. Sapphire.
We have to help get them there.
Right. So you have your talent contest on Saturday night. What else do you do on Saturday?
We have our Q&A where they get to ask us questions.
It's a
Depending.
lot of changing.
Oh, there's a lot of costume changing that happens. Gosh, it can vary slightly from year to year.
Okay.
So, but the big ones are, we come out in our nice ball gown type thing, show off, our beauty pageant, smile and wave, whatever you want to call it, and do our lifestyle Q&A. The nice thing is the person who asks the question is cognizant of how long you've been in the lifestyle, so they tend to ask you kind of, if you're newer, they'll ask you kind of a more of a newbie type of a question, whereas if you've been in for a little while longer, they might ask, like this year mine was, how would you explain being in the lifestyle to your vanilla friends? Okay.
And so now, did you get that question beforehand, or was it just right off the cuff?
They do give you a list of questions that they could possibly ask you, and I took the time to actually answer them and write down my answers and practice those a little bit before the night.
That's smart. That's really good. That's really good advice.
She learned a lot the first time.
I did. I learned a lot, because the first time you do it, if you're not paying attention, they ask you that question and you're new, you get a deer in the headlights. You're like, and then something flies off them and you're like, what did I just say? Whereas I basically took, public speaking, public presentation stuff that I learned back in school and applied it to the contest.
That's great.
Wonderful. Okay, and so then, and you have the most important contest of the entire time. This is called the Miss No Swimsuit Contest. So the final time, when everybody's about to judge, all the ladies come out with no swimsuit on. Nothing
but a sash and a smile.
Here's a problem. Me and the Mitch, all the Mitches were in the back room.
Yeah.
We don't actually get to see some of the dances and stuff that happens because we're in the back helping the other
That's
ladies
okay,
and
we
stuff.
do.
So
Sorry.
I'm really stoked this year. I get to see the whole show this time.
That's right. If you missed it 2 years in a row, it'll be a good one too. It'll be a good one. Okay, so and then of course you won, and so when you win, what do you win?
Well, I get a free trip back to Jamaica.
Okay, and Jamaica, if you're not familiar, Jamaica is the home of Hedonism II, which is a huge lifestyle resort. It's been around for decades, and we've been there, I don't know, half a dozen times with our group that goes from Seattle and goes and helps out and has a great time for a week. And so you get a trip there.
Yes.
All right, and then so you end up in Jamaica, and what do you do there? Tell us about the Miss No
What
Swimsuit
don't you?
Contest.
No, Miss No Swimsuit. What a lot of people fail to mention is that you are essentially the week's entertainment.
Okay.
You are an essential part of that.
Okay.
And so you get to spend the entire week being a hostess to parties and also playing co-hostess with other clubs while their ladies are hostessing their parties.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to learn how to do a dance. It is not part of the competition. It is actually part after all the votes have been cast. It's like that grand finale at the end of the week.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, be ready to learn some kind of choreographed dance.
But I do know that there definitely are different levels of dance skill for the different women,
Yes.
and
guys.
and guys, and so they actually choreograph it that way so that the women that don't have that much experience can still be entertaining. that
Yeah, the
way.
choreography is
Yeah.
extremely simple. The counts are not. I'm lucky because I actually did do dance in high school, and I also have done ballroom dance as an adult. So thank God I can keep a beat. You can show me one or two times and I pretty much got it. So it wasn't anything super difficult or even nerve-wracking for me. However, there are some gals that it can be a bit of a challenge.
Yeah, sure.
And that's fine because
What was your favorite thing that you did in hedonism?
ooh.
Or
Let's
who
see.
was your favorite?
Dirty little secret. I wish I could say there was a who in hedonism, but you're so darn busy and your time's not your
Yeah.
own. There is no who. There's a lot of, I ran, and now pillow. I'm having a torrid affair with
We
my
actually we were
pillow.
in hedonism the whole week,
Uh-huh.
and we didn't play.
Yeah, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, because you're busy, which is even more reason to win, like Dee did, because
Yes.
now she got a trip to go back
Yeah,
for
if
free.
you win, you
And
get another trip back to this.
That's right. So this
Jamaica.
year you're going to be going, and you're just going to be getting laid all the time. You're just going to be like, I don't have to do anything. I show up once or twice with my crown and say, yeah, I won. But the rest of the time, you're just going to be like, woo!
Exactly.
We already
And
have
I-
a dance card. So.
And
Nice.
I get to watch everybody. I get to cheer everybody on, and I get to vote.
Yeah.
Right.
That is awesome. Okay, so let's see. So you have what are some of the different events that happen at Hedonism?
Major ones. We
Get
actually.
the men in motion.
Okay, the Men in Motion one.
Okay, you really want to? I'll let Tom talk about the minute. You're really excited about
Talking the
that.
whole time. Like,
What is
We
it?
have to do the same thing. We have to dress and drag, and we have to go do our little dance. Except, I thought I was going to do the same dance I did at for Miss Sapphire. I was all ready for it, and it turns out you just go out and just make something up and go down the line.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it was the best and funniest thing because they're thinking they're coming out going to do this little 90-second thing. It turns out they get an entire song. They have to go throughout the entire mosh pit at
All women.
all at the thing, and all us ladies were all lined up down there like, yeah, this is like Chip and Dale male review, but in drag.
She didn't know I could do the splits like that.
Really is. It was very impressive, very very impressive, and it was a blast to
Okay.
see that, and
Yeah, fun.
that's held on Friday afternoon while they're voting again.
And let's see, you have, and there are clubs from all over the country that actually will send a contestant there. And so there's anywhere between half a dozen to a dozen women from all over the country, and sometimes Canada and other parts of the world. And so you make some really great friends with the other women. That's definitely what I've heard.
Oh yes, we have our No Swimsuits 23 sisterhood,
Okay, awesome.
and we do message each other
Sure.
quite a bit on our group message, just
That's
letting each
nice.
other know what's going on, who's doing what this weekend, what's going on in each other's lives. Yeah, we were lucky. I had an absolutely amazing group of women. We really pulled together, supported each other. Everybody has something happen to them at hedonism, whether it's in their personal life or something goes really sideways for them at the actual resort. And somebody's going to have a breakdown moment. And that's when all of us girls, it's you pull in tight, you know, do the kisses, do the hugs, let them know it's okay, help her, you know, pull up those straighten those garter belts, put that crown back on, and get out there with a smile, you know, because we're
Great.
all in it together.
Yeah.
So it sounds like it's a bit stressful. because you're doing a lot, but it also sounds like you really enjoyed yourself.
I did. We are a great team.
Yeah.
And-
Breakfast in bed really helps.
yes,
Yeah, I discovered that a long time ago when we go on trips. I'll wake because I'm a morning person and she's not.
Me too.
Yeah. That I'll sneak out of the room and I'll grab like a pitcher of coffee, not just a cup of coffee. I'll get a pitcher and I'll bring it back and it's there and she's like, that's what she looks like first thing in the morning.
Pitcher and
gorgeous,
a whole
of course.
plate of food.
Yeah, a whole plate of food. Yeah, I never think of the food. I'm just always.
No, he goes up there and eats himself.
Yeah,
Which is fine because I'm not much of a breakfast eater, so it's okay.
okay.
I forgive him for that.
Okay, so if you had to tell a future contestant what they should do to win not only the Miss Sapphire contest but the Miss No Swimsuit Contest, Tom, what would you tell them?
I would say make sure you grab your you grab your future contestant here and talk to as many people as possible before and after the contest. Because especially on Friday nights after the contest, Friday night, you can get people say, hey, come back Saturday if you can, or ask if you can vote on Friday night. Usually they don't have people vote Friday nights, but you can always ask to vote and say, hey, I'm not going to be here Saturday. A lot of times you can get votes Friday night if you ask, if you talk to them and they go ask to go vote.
It's a good tip.
can do that.
That's pretty sneaky. I like that.
For Jamaica, one, you have to get over being afraid jumping into a lady's purse to find stuff.
Oh, jeez.
And
I don't think I could ever get over
You have
that.
to be-
I'm definitely afraid of her purse.
the purse will not snap your hand. If you reach in, your hand will come back out. It's okay.
Okay.
You may not like what you have in your hand, but it will come back out.
Okay.
Another thing,
I like your optimism.
as I said, breakfast in bed. They need all the sleep they can get.
Okay.
Go get breakfast, bring it back to them.
Your job, I mean, that's why they come up with the term Mitch, is basically just to kind of keep them, making sure that they're on time, because they have this full-on schedule, and it's just like, we got to go right now because you have to be on in 5 minutes,
Yeah.
you know, all that kind of stuff.
And the other thing is that you can help your lady win, but you can definitely help your lady lose. If you try to take over the whole show, or if you do something completely stupid.
Or if I would guess also if you as the husband are not being social, because we've seen that a bit where there, you know, it's one thing if you're introverted, but you kind of have to get out of that,
Yes.
at least for the week. But we have seen that with some couples over the years where the husband is just kind of sitting over there at his table, and that just does not work. You have to be social at that.
Or they have just a drop down, drag out fight one night or
Oh,
something.
yeah. That's never good. That's never good. Yeah. Okay, so D, same question. You know, what would you say to a future contestant to that they should do to win?
Have a plan.
Okay.
Have fun.
Okay.
And go out to make friends. Both times, the whole reason that I did 2023 was because the members asked me to do it. I wasn't going to do it because I was afraid that I wasn't going to be able to have the energy to do it.
Sure.
After doing 2022, I was just like, oh my gosh, I was so overwhelmed. I was so whatever. A lot of the members here at the club went, please run. So I did. But again, it's because I went out there with, I want to make friends. I want to meet people. I genuinely just want to make friends and make connections.
Sure.
And when we got to Hedo, it was the same thing. We got there on a Friday at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Friday at 5, I looked Tom in the eye and I said, I don't care if we win. We're coming back here.
Oh.
So the whole my prize is going to be when I go back to Hedo and people make a beeline, get the heck out of the pool with their arms wide open, and be like, "You're back! It is so good to see you!" And the big bear hugs come out. That's going to be my prize. That's my brass ring.
That's great.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for kind of just opening up about this event. A lot of people just don't know what to expect, so that's why we wanted to really do this interview, and we appreciate your candor and the tips and tricks that get people to win. And if you are actually interested in competing, of course, you can go to clubsapphire.net and look at the information about the event there. If you are also interested in dancing and you want Bianca to choreograph you, then just reach out to her and and work something out that way. And when she does that, she's not a judge anymore.
No,
So
I don't judge anymore.
she doesn't. Yeah, she doesn't judge when she's helping contestants. That wouldn't be fair.
It's
However,
so nice to take the pressure off.
yeah,
I don't want to have to vote.
yeah. However, I am still a judge, and I'm totally viable. Totally viable.
Hey, I want judge this year too.
That's right. Brides.
Yeah.
We love brides.
Yep.
All right. Well, is there anything else you want to say?
No, I think we covered it all.
All right. Well, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.